This is a prophetic word from the Lord to his people. Take it back to the Lord for further confirmation. I asked the Lord what he wanted to say to his people, and he said, "Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous?" There are those of you that are about to enter into a new season of your life. Everybody comment in the comments, new season. You're about to enter into a new season in your life, and the transition has been different. For some of you, you've had to leave some things behind. For some of you, you've had to step boldly into some new positions. I see job opportunities. But there are those of you that are about to walk into entrepreneurship. Those of you are about to walk into a move, like you're moving locations, literally. Those of you that are about to walk into a new mantle that is being released over your life in the grace that God has called you to. Like, there are gifts that you're about to walk into, ministry, even relationships, even marriages, I see. But the Lord is saying in this season, listen, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? This was not a request. This was not, oh, you can do this if you want to. This was a command, because in order for you to embrace what God has called you to, you have to be strong and courageous. It is a requirement for where he's elevating you to. So you have to be strong. And what does the Bible say? The joy of the Lord is your strength, but in his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. And he also is saying here, be courageous. Courageous does not mean that you won't be afraid. I need to wipe that off of you. Courageous does not mean that you won't be afraid. Courage is boldness and confidence in God in spite of fear. It's like you stepping out anyway. Even though you might be nervous, even though you might be afraid, you're still stepping out anyway. The next part of the verse says, "Do not be terrified or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." This is also a command. He's telling you, don't be terrified. Don't be afraid. I know it's easier said than done, but do not be afraid. Why? The reason why you should not be afraid is not because of your strength, but is because the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Your fear should not be, what can my enemies do to me, but rather, what can God do to my enemies? When the Lord told Joshua this, he was passing Moses' mantle to him, the one that led the children of Israel out of Egypt. And those were big shoes to fill. Sometimes what God has called you to can feel intimidating, but he understood that, which is why he spoke to him. God anointed Joshua to take on the people into the promised land. And there are those of you that God has anointed for such a time as this to bring out the people that are connected to you into the fullness. There are those of you that are anointed to break chains and cycles over the generations that are to come. Those of you that are to be the light in that church, to be the light in that job place, to begin to create businesses and ideas and visions that are going to set the economy forward. Don't be afraid to walk in that anointing. Don't be afraid to carry out that vision in faith, because the same God that gave it to you lives in you.